Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his service Latino.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for Trump's sake.
All right. Sorry, that was a little weird. That was a weird start, if I've ever seen one. I'm blaming DoorDash for my problems today. I do apologize for the late start. We're not missing anything. I promise. We're not missing anything. Oh my goodness. I guess. Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I'm the Recovery Addict. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was a remix of sorts. I had a tab open that was playing it back over and over and over, and it just got worse and worse. All right, I'm not going to out the high class fine food establishment that I ordered my lunch from. I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but let me just say it shouldn't take that long to make McNuggets and fries. It shouldn't be that long. I ordered at 1:21. They finally had the order ready about half an hour later. No, I paid at 1:21. That's when the payment went through. Half an hour later, the nuggets and fries were ready. And then it delivered, and I didn't get my fries. I'm like, what did I wait for half an hour if I didn't get my fries? I can see, wait for hot fries. Yeah, that's the McDonald's. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. But did you love it? No, I got nuggets. And I got the right number of sauce. So, and Robert, shout out to my driver. The moment it showed him picking it up, he did nothing but deadhead it straight to my house to drop it off. Nuggets for lunch is what I had. No fries. I guess it's probably the healthy solution, right? The nuggets are healthy and the fries are not. Is that what I'm... Okay, I'm probably not following the diet strictly right now. But anyway, all right. Robert ate your fries. He was chewing when he came to the door. He was chewing. He had a mouthful. So maybe he did. Maybe he had... Robert, if that's the case, you're a bad man, Robert. You're a bad man if you stole my fries. DoorDash hooked me up though. I said, look, I didn't get my fries, and they're like, okay, we'll give you half your order back. I'm like, all right, that works. All right, let's see. The diets are hard on vacation. Yes, they are. We have to give a shout out to Greeners, who once again is first in chat. Congratulations, Greeners. You know the drill. The internet's all yours, my friend. Keep it up and running for the rest of us. And if you could, maybe Greeners, if you could just send a quick little note to the judge and say, anytime, Judge, just when you're ready, just go ahead and come on back, come on in, because we're ready, we're waiting. What are we waiting for? You say we're waiting for round four of this back and forth between prosecution and defense. I think we had the first one. Yeah, it's just back and forth and back and forth. We're recalling another witness now. I believe the defense is recalling a witness. This will be their last witness. This will probably be short, and then we're going to end early because the judge has said we're not going to do closings today. Looks like we're going to do those on Monday, which is tricky because Monday is Corey Richins. So I might have to reach out to Adam Nuske and see if we can work something out. Did you count your nuggets? Yes. One was missing one, and the other had the correct number. But The bag was sealed. The bag was sealed. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there. But DoorDash made it up to me. We're all good. I'm happy with what I paid for what I did get, and hopefully Robert's full now. That's it. To heard that Corey Richards' trial won't be in open court. We've heard that it's audio only, and that is a issue. I mean, I scheduled my vacation because of this. Judge, if you could rethink that would be great. Meg says, y'all, I just made fresh pickled palm hearts from palm I cut down the other day. All right, you would love them. I'm so proud right now. I didn't know you could eat palm. I knew there were trees that look like palm trees that grow coconuts, and some people eat those. I don't, but some people do. And I don't know, but palm hearts. That's a new one for me. Of course, I'm not in that part of the country. Any palm trees we see growing here are not native. Hey, this is Recovery Addict. Who's on the phone? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Are you there, sir?
I am. Ivan, how are you doing?
I'm looking for Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne? Yeah, just 1 second. Dwayne, it's for you. Hello?
All right, I'm a little bit disappointed, a little bit hurt that you said, I'll have to see what Adam's doing so he can run the stream. How come I don't ever get to run the stream, man? Like,
mostly it's self-preservation is what is what's keeping me from offering you complete control over my channel. That's about it. Can you imagine?
So, you don't want me at the stick? You don't want me controlling the...
I'm just saying we need your commentary and your ability just to chime in as a viewer and as the host. I'm not sure if that would be the best fit.
Okay.
No, that's a hard pass. I'm just kidding. I
understand.
Adam Adam volunteered. The reason why I suggested Adam is because he helped me out during the previous trial that we had with what's his bucket up there in Idaho, Chad Daybell. He helped me out on a live stream there over on the Top Mark Media channel.
Wait. Adam lives in Idaho?
No, but some things you can do remotely, and he was able to do remotely through StreamYard, get everything working. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I don't think that's we can't do that with Corey Richards, unfortunately, or with this trial. So maybe. So
what day are we going fishing? Have you planned the fishing trip? Did you talk to the missus?
Well,
where are we at?
I'm on the Utah hunting license page, Utah DNR Wildlife, Utah Division of Wildlife Resources, hunting and fishing licenses. I've updated my information. I swore under penalties of perjury, first accidentally, that I was a resident, and then I changed it to correct that I'm not a resident. I put my right address in, but I forgot there's a little box to say, are you Utah resident? And they're like, are you sure?
Just tell them your name is Ayden. Everything will be good.
I think you're banned from fishing in this state, maybe. But anyway.
So, do the kids know they're going fishing, or
they
is
don't.
that a surprise?
Mrs. R.A. doesn't know I'm going fishing, which is usually the case when I go fishing, just for the record.
Right. So, I need to know, what size super chat do I have to send for me, you, Ricky, Saul, Greeners, and Adam to go on a camping trip? Like, what's the size super chat of that?
Have you ever bought a G6 before? It would be like a G6 in this case. No, that would be some camping. Hey, Judge is back.
Yeah.
Judge is back.
All right.
Okay, we'll see
Love you guys.
Bye.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bring the witness back in.
All right, still working on the audio. Give me a minute to get that up and running beautifully.
Detective, you you understand you are still under oath?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You can have a seat. If you'll just state and spell your name for the record.
Once again, first name is Matthew, Mattthew. Last name Hovanes, Hovanec.
Thank you.
If I may approach.
You may.
Detective, I'm showing you what's been admitted as defense exhibit L3.
Yes.
Showing you what's been marked as defense proposed exhibit 03, 03, I'm sorry. It's been marked for admittance on Q3 as well as R3. And this time we can move for admittance of these. Objection.
Okay, they're all admitted.
Just have a couple questions for you.
Yes.
No objections.
In reference to Exhibit 03, you can see that this, on page 1, that this is an extraction report from a virtual image produced by you, I mean, your forensics examiner, correct? In this, and you testified previously in this case.
Not sure what you're referring to as a virtual image.
The photographs. We recall the photographs.
Am I
concerning
might
Popeyes.
be looking. You said zero. You said
Photographs
03?
virtual images.
Let me ask you this. I'll just back up. This is a report generated from the Dell Optiplex.
These are two reports here that were generated from data that I extracted from the Dell Optiplex, yes.
You can see that it was logged into with a personal Gmail account, correct? That'd be page 4.
It's looking.
Or tellus@gmail.com.
There has been a Chrome login with that email address, yes.
This was the same account used on the Android phone that you had given testimony to or concerning previously.
If I had that extraction, I could verify that, but I don't have any reason to not believe you.
Okay, and that's consistent with your prior testimony concerning the cell phone.
Okay.
Is it fair to say that that means that anybody, and we have a work computer and then we have the cell phone. Is it fair to say that this means that anyone in or out of the public administrator's office with access to this computer could also access the same Google account that the phone was syncing to?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I mean, they're synced. And if a person, obviously, the Google account that the cell phone had access to, it was accessed also from the work computer, or able to, the one that was recovered from the public administrator's office.
I have nothing in this report to show me his phone was synced. I just have an artifact here showing me a Chrome login using a specific email address.
Okay. And if I told you that's the same login address that was used from the cell phone, would you have any reason to disagree with that?
No.
And again, not claiming, you were asked previously about hacker information, but if you have this access from the public administrator's office, from the desktop accessing the Google account that the cell phone had access to, it's fair to say that one could access that Google account from either location, from the cell phone or the desktop that was at the public administrator's office.
It would be possible to log into the account from both locations.
If I could turn your attention to Q3.
He's saying that anyone that had access to his work computer could have done this as a setup.
You recall that line of questioning previously in the previous day that you had testified concerning all the images?
I do.
The alleged surveillance images?
Yes.
This shows, and if I represented you, this was the last snapshot being taken. It was on 8/15/2022 at 10:32:48 a.m.
That is what it's showing as a modified time. That's not necessarily the time the picture was taken.
Okay. Do you have any information concerning what the last access, and the last access doesn't necessarily mean that it was changed in any way, but that's what we, based upon your testimony previously, that's about the time that this was taken or it was accessed.
So On here, it's it has a modified timestamp. That's the last time that the phone interacted with that photo. It really doesn't have anything to do necessarily with when that photo was taken.
Okay. If I could turn your attention to what's been admitted, R3. If you could turn to page 18. Here we have there's a record of time of somebody accessing the Ariana Payne's employment probation completion. Do you see that?
I do.
And do you see that time being accessed at 10:44:29 a.m.?
I do.
Presumably that was from the desktop from the public administrator's office as well as the time that was accessed, correct?
That appears correct.
And if we could go to page 11.
We're going to back up just a tiny bit.
You see that?
Let's let him look for page 11 for just a moment.
You see that? You can see that as you can see, the first access is at 10:43:13 a.m., correct?
First visited date, time, yes.
In reference to the questions concerning deleted images, if I may approach. You were asked questions concerning the Celebrite extraction of the subject cell phone, the one belonging to Mr. Tellis. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Again, during the break, you didn't examine the actual cell phone, correct?
No.
You had been provided a photograph. It was a picture taken. It was up from the Celebrite webpage, and it discussed deletion, correct?
Correct.
Would that deletion necessarily concern the content, or would that deletion concern the metadata, or both?
It could vary. It could be both.
So the metadata is basically the data concerning the data on the phone. Is that a fair?
It's data about data, yes.
And in reference to this exhibit, it was the timeline extraction, correct?
Correct.
And if you could please explain to the jury what a timeline extraction is versus an SMS or a text message extraction.
So a timeline extraction basically takes all the artifacts that were parsed out by Celebrite and just puts them in a chronological order by date and time.
And you're obviously able to access various information through this timeline extraction.
I'm not sure what you're asking there.
This timeline extraction, it contains more information, different information than, let's say, the Teams or SMS extraction. Fair to say?
Not necessarily. The timeline is just putting everything into order by date and time.
And there's an extra column on this timeline extraction contained within this exhibit L3, where on the right, and you did see this, correct?
Yes.
It says deleted, and it says yes, correct?
I would have to see that again.
Absolutely.
That is correct.
Permission to publish this. So here in this right column, and it's, you can see, everybody see that? Up here we have deleted, and it says yes, correct?
Yes.
And there were a number of questions made yesterday concerning a message that was sent to Mr. Tellis's phone. Message being 1036:02. And there was questions posed to Mr. Tellis concerning having deleted that text message. All right?
Okay.
I'm just telling you what testimony was today. Based upon this timeline extraction, where when a matter is deleted, it says yes. Here, we don't have the red letter stating deleted yes, correct?
Correct.
Same thing as to 3, the instant messages deleted. We don't have yes, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Haskell?
I don't know what that accomplished.
Just want to cover quick topics. Publishing and through defense and 3. You remember those questions on cross-examination? You were shown this property report and you were asked if you had searched for recipes in any of these devices. Do you remember that?
I remember being asked questions about the other devices, yes.
Okay, so if you could, sir, do you see where it says remarks here?
Yes.
Can you read that sentence for me?
Item 1 was taken from Lee Kinnett's cubicle. Items 2 through 6 were taken from Tellis's office.
Okay, so these were objects. You didn't search for the term recipe or fried rice in relation to digital devices removed physically out of the public administrator's office.
I've done no searches on the other devices.
So like you didn't go through desktop computers to look for recipes?
No.
Okay, but all of that stuff came physically out of the PA's office?
Yes.
It didn't come out of Mr. Tellis' home?
No.
Do you remember there being some question about whether if you have a login that connects to an email, that somehow that links a phone to a computer, something along with, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Just to be clear, you said that that's not what that necessarily means, correct? That's not what that stands for?
That's correct.
Okay. And just to be clear, there are apps or softwares or programs that sometimes require an email address as your username, right?
That's correct.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the data will show up on another device. It just means if you want to access that particular website, you could, you type in your email and then maybe a password or something like that.
Correct.
Okay. And on those documents, it appears Mr. Tellis' Gmail account is maybe the username.
It does.
There was questions about, I think there was one of those street surveillance images. There was a report on that.
Yes.
Okay. Just so we're clear, you on direct and I think on cross talked a little bit about the difference between when the report says modified versus created, right? You've
Yes.
had discussions with this jury about that. What is the difference if you see in an extraction report where an image is created versus modified? What's the difference?
So when the image actually has a full complement of metadata, you might get something like the created time when that picture was actually taken, when it was created. In this instance, with the modified time, that's the last time that that phone interacted with that file for whatever reason.
And I think we had a lot of discussions about the pathway of a lot of these images being located in what? A cache file, is that right?
Cache files, yes.
What exactly, again, is a cache file?
The cache file is just storing data about these files in order to help the phone speed up processes later on.
So you could, in theory, create a photo, delete that photo that would have had the creation metadata, but if the image was stored in a cache file, that image would just still stay in there, correct?
It would.
Okay, and so when we're seeing modified, you said that's the last time your phone is interacting with the image in the cache, right?
Yes.
And again, the phone has this cache file because it does what? Does it shrink sometimes images down so they're easier to send or things like that?
It can change the size of them just to make it easier to recall that image later.
Okay, but that's the significance of modified, right?
Yes.
There were some questions again about the where are you message. Do you remember being asked that on cross?
Yes.
Just to be clear, you can't speak to definitively if it's been deleted or not. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
And just to be clear, I'm going to publish L3, defense L3. In some instances, when there's this column here that says deleted, some instances Celebrite can actually capture when a user deletes an image, correct?
Delete some message in this case, yes.
And that's kind of what records that, correct?
Yes.
But there are instances where things are removed from a phone and it won't pop up in that column. Is that right?
Correct.
And I think you even had the little printout from Celebrite that explains that as well, correct?
Correct.
There were some questions about the distinction between timeline and Teams messages or SMS messages. Do you remember that?
I do.
Just to be clear, if a phone contained SMS messages, and maybe you know what Microsoft Teams is?
I do.
Okay, let's just say for a second, a phone carried Microsoft Teams messages rather than, let's say, a desktop. But let's say the phone has Microsoft Teams message, SMS message, maybe multimedia message. If all of those categories were in a phone, and you went to the timeline, if it had timestamps on those messages in all those categories, would timeline just simply put it all in chron order?
It would.
Does timeline in any way manipulate or change the data that's in the phone?
No.
It just puts it in chronological order?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Anything else, Mr. Dressage?
Yes, just so we're clear then, in reference to the images, and there has been testimony elicited concerning these images near a Popeyes. Based upon your testimony, we can't say when those photographs were taken.
I cannot.
So then to say that they were taken in August, we can't really say that, can we?
I cannot.
So if there was a line of questioning elicited from witnesses yesterday that they were taken August 15th, we can't say that, can we?
I cannot.
In reference to the messages, and there's been questions asked previously concerning deleted or not, that perhaps Mr. Tellis had deleted this message from a family member on the morning of September 2nd. We can't say then, based upon your review of the data, if they in fact that question or that email had been, or text had been deleted, correct?
No, I cannot say that.
So it would be wrong to then assume that it had been deleted since we don't know.
On my end, yes.
And finally, I was asking if we could get it. I have the things, but I'm not sure where it is. If you can search it. There were multiple devices seized from Mr. Tellis's home, correct? Electronic devices.
You said from his home?
Yes.
Correct.
We had a Lenovo laptop, model 80SA. You aware of that?
If it's on the property report, yes.
We have a Dell laptop.
Sounds there were quite a few items seized.
And there were quite a few electronic items seized, correct?
Yes.
There was this Toshiba disk drive, card adapter, but we have at least 2 laptops, correct?
You say it's correct off the property sheet, yes.
Did you search those to look for the rice recipes or chicken and rice recipes concerning the questions that you were asked before?
I have not searched any other devices, no.
You did not?
I did not.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Anything else from the state?
That's how you're going to end it? Chicken and rice recipes?
One question based off of something you mentioned. He said, remember that question, it'd be wrong to assume that like the where are you message was deleted by Mr. Tellis. Do you remember something along those lines? But just to be clear, even though you can't definitively say it, you can't rule it out as a possibility, correct? It's possible a user could have deleted the message.
That is correct. I can't say one way or the other.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
But then to argue that it has been deleted, that would also be incorrect, correct?
Again, I can't say one way.
Right, argue is different. I mean, if you want to ask him his opinion.
You can't say.
I cannot say.
And we wouldn't be able to say unless we had the actual physical phone that was taken from Mr. Tellis, correct?
Even having the actual physical phone might not lead to that information.
Okay. But then to assume that if we have it on an Apple Watch and not have it on this extraction, we can't say that it was deleted, correct? Because this is just the extraction.
This is just an extraction of this specific device.
Thank you. No further questions.
Okay, anything else for this witness? Okay, it looks like we have a question.
Jury question. This is question number question number 3 from the jury today, I think. Everyone's going to go up and talk to the judge really quickly. Mr. Tellis looking as he does. Not sure exactly what to think of that. Vacant a little bit, disconnected. He's at the end of the trial. He knows he's at the end of the trial. Did I ever do the poll? Did we do a poll last time? What happened to the poll idea? Let's start a poll. The question's going to be...
Question from a juror has been marked as Court's Exhibit 22. If someone airdrops pictures, would you know if the pictures are on the phone due to an airdrop? And if so, can you tell who did the drop of the pictures?
I don't have a lot of personal experience investigating that specific question, but in this instance, you wouldn't. Just taking this phone as a Google phone wouldn't be AirDrop compatible. That's an Apple function.
Thank you. Any follow-up from the state?
No, Your Honor.
From the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much for your testimony here today. You may step down. And you are now excused from your subpoena. Thank you very much for coming back today. Does the state have any further witnesses that they intend to call in rebuttal?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Draskovich?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
At this
Now
time,
it's time
ladies
for
and
the
gentlemen,
poll.
you have heard all of the evidence that will be introduced in this trial.
Poll is
we
up.
are going to conclude for the day. When you come back on Monday morning, you will be instructed on the law, and then both sides will be permitted to speak to you in their closing argument, and then you'll be excused to deliberate upon your verdict. I just want to make sure, is 9:30 okay with the parties Monday? Sure. All right, so we are going to start Monday morning at 9:30. During this recess, you're admonished not to discuss or communicate with anyone, including your fellow jurors, in any way regarding the case or its merits, either by voice, phone, email, text, internet, or the means of communication or social media. Read, watch, or listen to any news or media accounts or commentary about the case. Do research, consult dictionaries, internet, or reference materials. Do any investigation. Test a theory, recreate any aspect of the case, or in any other way investigate or learn about the case on your own, or form or express any opinion regarding the case until it's finally submitted to you. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday morning.
Thank you. All right.
There we go. They're done. They're done for the day. Go figure. Monday morning, we're back with closing arguments. I have to just say, let me check out this poll. Drink that free water while you can. Apparently, someone misclicked on the poll. You can own up to it now. It's fine. No, just kidding. We have 523 votes. If anyone else wants to vote, 526. It's slowly changing here. As that slowly updates, I think I'll stop it at 600. Is that fair?
Approach, and I give you your copies of the jury instructions.
We're doing jury
And
instructions?
then we can at least formally settle these instructions.
No worries.
We're doing jury instructions. Okay, we've 650 votes. We're going to end the poll here. Looks like
Okay, is the state
94% guilty, 2% not guilty,
1 through 32?
one
Any
not
objection?
proven, one hung jury.
Any further instructions the state would like to propose?
660 votes.
Is the defense familiar with court's proposed instructions 1 through 32?
Yes, Your Honor, we've reviewed them.
Any objections?
No objections.
Further instructions you'd like to propose?
Not that have been already incorporated within our proposed jury instructions.
All right, so these instructions will be logged with the clerk, and the jury will get a copy of them on Monday morning.
That's it. We're done with jury instructions.
We need to talk
quick.
about the other instructions, so if you just give me a few minutes.
Absolutely.
And we can go back in chambers. Thank you.
We're not going to hear those ones when they go back in chambers. We will not be privy to those discussions, unfortunately. So I think we're probably done for the day on this. Wow. Why do you remove the poll after you stop it instead of just letting it live for a bit longer? CBD, that's something YouTube does. After I stop it, YouTube decides how soon it goes away. I cannot change that. YouTube always takes 1% or so of the vote. They do, and they take it from whoever they choose. You don't know. Yes, the love you sign was more visible in that last little bit. If we want to rewind and see that, I would 94% of us. 94% of us clicked correctly. The rest had some sort of a technical glitch on their end, and we're not able to click the right answer on the poll. It's nearly unanimous. It's nearly unanimous. We've never had another trial with such a landslide of opinion on this. 2%. Please call in, says Ivan Victor. Yes, we want to hear the other side. What didn't convince you? Or what did convince you that we have innocence here? Or are you just opposed to law in general? I mean, that's still also an option. If you're completely just adverse to justice being administered in any sense. This would be like the juror nullification category. CBD, I didn't make it go away. It just disappeared. As soon as I end the poll, it just does its thing. I have to scroll back to see the results. Or are you a troll? Yes. Or are you a troll? No. There might be somebody out there who is not convinced, and I'd also like to talk to them if there is somebody. Your goatee grows so fast. I shaved this morning. Yeah, right before the live stream too. No, it's been a couple days. But I'm curious what everyone's most impactful moment was. It's really easy to frame someone who is 5'6.5", says Adam. It's a simple frame job. Let's see. 8. What are they still doing in court? Nobody knows. There's no audio. Defendant is gone. They're going to do something in chambers. Are we coming back? There are people. We've clearly got reporters sitting there who think something is going to happen here. So maybe we'll have a little more action this afternoon than we thought. Judges in chambers, counsel's there as well. I think we're done. Methinks we be done. We'll keep monitoring to see if anything happens, but I'm not going to hold my breath. So we can talk about shoe chicken fried rice. We can talk about 5'6.5". We can talk about it wasn't me, but I think at the end of the day, the jury I don't think has many things to discuss. Their jury instructions are finalized, and I think their verdict is all but finalized. Free Drinks Friday. Images by Vaughn says, lack of blood in the car. Not enough for guilty, though. Lack of blood in the car is interesting. There was a lot of blood, but based on how he was attacked and the clothes he was wearing, the blood was all on him. Like his clothing prevented the blood from going all over the place. I know that's pretty gruesome, but the majority of the blood was on him. It wasn't around the entire area. So I think the attacker was fortunate in that regard, and anything that might have had blood on it probably got thrown away. Say like the orange jacket, the big orange fluorescent shirt, the work shirt. It was a professional assassin. Greener says, when you're completely bald, it's easier to accurately measure that last half inch. How long will it take to complete the jury form? That's how long it will take to deliberate, says Josh. So the crypto betting sites have the odds at 10,000 to 1. Apparently, these sites say if you bet $10, you won 10 grand on Tellus being not guilty. That's where the bookies are at. So I would say the wise bet would be to go ahead and put down that $1 that you were going to spend on lunch anyway, because you never know. You never know. Crypto is crime money, says Lizzie Dog. Apparently, I don't know where they bet on trials. I'm sure this is offshore somewhere. It doesn't sound like something that's regulated in a big way. Karen says, can I ask a request? Sure, Karen. Let me know what the request is. We'll see if we can oblige. The opening got me too, says Marilyn. I think he tossed the orange jacket at the gym. Wait till we start getting FanDuel ads. I've said no. YouTube reached out to me and said, we'd like to show sensitive ads on your channel. And I said, have you watched the channel? LMR, I hit the wrong one and couldn't fix it. LMR, you are the one. Thank you very much for owning up. You're the one who threw the figures on the tally. It would have been unanimous, but for that one. But for one. Halita Lay says 100% guilty according to chat. Still waiting for something to happen in the courtroom to see if there's a. I mean, they haven't killed the stream yet, and people are still in court walking around. So I don't want to go yet in case something happens. Let's see. He cried on the stand. Is he done testifying? I couldn't take his rambling testimony anymore. Yes, he did. Why keep the hat, the shoes, but not murder weapon, pants, or shirt? I think he got rid of anything that had blood on it. The pants and shirt are gone. The gloves are gone. The murder weapon is gone. The only things that didn't have blood on it, he was working on. Would they do closings? It's only 2. Maggie, I wish they would. They're not going to do it today. They're going to do them on Monday. So it looks like we've got court here on Monday. I've got to see what happens with Corey Richins. Judge is saying it's audio only, and he might not even release the audio. This is after the court has given me media access as a pool media individual for court during these 3 days. So literally the pool camera feed, they've approved it. And now the judge is saying could be audio only. Not happy about that one. The Nike shoes had blood on them. The blood on the Nike shoes belonged to the defendant. Probably from the scissors when he cut the shoes and his finger and possibly the chicken inside the shoes. I'm getting some, I misclicked on the poll. It's all right. Someone always misclicks because the poll pops up when you guys are doing things, like you're clicking on things and the poll suddenly appears right as you click. Feed's gone now. It's gone. We're done with court. And so I understand a misclick for sure. Thanks for owning up. There is one person who is in the courtroom today in Las Vegas who is a firm believer in Mr. Tellis's innocence. And unfortunately, his last name is Tellis. Had that one person been on the jury, I think we would see a different outcome Monday. But I think this is a done deal. If they planted the hat, they can plant the DNA. If they plant the hat, the shoes, the blood on the scissors, the car, the phone pictures, the deleted message on the phone, the motive. Did they plant everything? Because this is like next level. I don't think the FBI could pull this off. I mean, look at the big other conspiracies we have out there, like I don't know, JFK. Do you really think that a couple people in Las Vegas, a real estate company, could orchestrate this level of conspiracy and cover up? Ring camera footage. And I wish they had told a little more detail about that. I would have liked to have known where the ring camera is located, what the settings were on the camera, because you can set them, I believe, to different sensitivity for range, which way it was facing. I mean, he comes in through his garage. That's how he enters his house. He doesn't go through the front door. The front door has a ring camera, but it could be there. I don't know. We could look up his house. There could be a tree in the way. The ring camera just doesn't see anything. Ayden professes his undying affection and love for Paris Hilton, who was mentioned in trial randomly. I don't like audio only. Miss Daybell was audio only. Mel Stiller, yes, I'm still here. I couldn't talk while I was driving Sharon to her skincare. All right, thank you, Dwayne. I don't like audio only either, but I will say that this court has some good sound. A new doc in the Boone case, accounting of due process costs for Cashman, Attorney Cashman. She wants to get paid, apparently. State's closing should be amazing. Who do you think should do the closing? You think Mr. Hamner? The biggest nail was when he said he was the victim in all of this, not even a mention of the victim. He originally said that he went on a walk when he was about to walk in the front door, which is why he didn't respond to the text, then quickly corrected himself to say garage. I think sometimes, is it not true that people who lie mix a partial truth in with the lie because it's easier to say it with a straight face, to be convincing if you're telling partially the truth? I think he did go for a walk. I think he did. I think he didn't get any sun while he was out on the walk because of his gloves, his hat, and his heavy overcoat, the construction coat. Hamner for sure for the closing. Didn't he do closing on Thomas Randolph? He's got a good close. I really like him. Walking in the front door would be on the ring camera. Is he Don't Miss the Forest for the Trees? Is that Mr. Hamner? Hang on one second. Is this?
What more do you need to see? Because he's the guy.
Is that him? Let's see if I have the trees on here. I don't have the tree sound effect anymore. I'm not sure where that one went. I deleted it is what happened. I deleted it. Trees is Hammer. He's the guy, because he's the guy. I need some help. Does somebody remember? I'm going to play this again. These sound bites. We've got.
What more do you need to see? Because he's the guy.
Bleefnick was the guy. I believe What More Do You Need to See and Because He's the Guy were from the same trial, weren't they? Oh, Lily Wayne, you plan to watch Tommy Randolph over the weekend. This was a wild trial. This was just crazy. That's all I'll say. It's crazy. What a strange trial. Who are we talking about? I've only been here a month. We're just talking about some of the sound effects from a previous trial. I don't remember where I got those two sound effects for. We used them. Is he also the?
I object.
Oh, that's somebody else. Let's see. Who else do I have on here? I wonder if I have another sound effect from Hamner.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
It's not him.
That's literally not true.
It's not him.
I'd agree that everything you just said is one of the most horrible things I've ever heard.
That wasn't him either.
Your son just smeared feces all over my bathroom.
That definitely wasn't him.
Alex stole it, and Ellen Murdoch stole it. Alex stole it as well.
I don't think I have another of Hamner. This is Judge Boyd, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here for Tony Hernandez, the attorney of record judge. He is in
Del Rio in a felony court this morning, and I just want to let the court know that that's where he's at.
All right. Is he in Del Rio in felony court for jury trial?
No, not for jury trial, but he's there on appearance.
All right. Tell him his client is here on trial.
He doesn't know that, Judge. He just wanted to let the court know that there's a possibility he might not make it back till late this afternoon.
Okay. Tell him he needs to make it back because this is a jury case.
Okay.
All right. And tell him his client is dressed for trial in a Nightmare from Elm Street t-shirt. The zombie apocalypse may be upon us.
That was good stuff. That was Judge Boyd. Yeah, I don't have the trees. I don't know why. I got rid of them somehow. I didn't think I deleted them, but bummer. Fun sound effects, though. All of them fun sound effects. All right. Dwayne says he loves the intro and exit music. Thank you. It was courtesy of YouTube. Look at my last post, says Ola. Scrolling up. Could you do a limited series of interviews with lawyers we have watched? You could sell it to NPR or Spotify. Your voice needs to be out there. Thank you. I'm scared to death of interviewing people. I kid you not. This is I blunder through day after day with mistake after mistake. And I love that you guys are just very forgiving. And it's like, it's okay. We like you. We'll forgive you. I don't know how I would do with a pro lawyer on the other side. It's already nerve-rattling enough to be digitally connected to Dr. G and do an interview with him, knowing that he can analyze my fear through the computer. Dirk, there is a list of commands. I can give you those. None of them work until I get back home. The computer that plays those is not connected to my system right now. They're trying to shorten Corey Richens to 2 days with 3's allotted. If I can have a couple people help me out on this one, I'm looking for the judge's ruling, specific ruling on the audio only, and might not be released. If somebody has that and can get it to me, I realize Utah charges for those documents. Let me know what the cost is. That would be, I'd appreciate that. I'd love to cover that.
From The Throne is Mine.
The Throne is Mine. How are you doing? Welcome.
Hey, Ari. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We've got an early afternoon on a Friday.
Oh, I know. I'm hoping that Monday will be a full day. So, yep, that would be so good. What was with the fingers? I have the.
Oh, I was just saying.
Just pointing at.
Yes, I covered the Randolph trial, the Tommy Randolph trial.
Oh, you did?
I did, and also
Yeah.
if you want to watch a really fun one, I would watch it with Brandy Churchwell. I kid you not. I mean, I'd love that you would watch my replay, but Brandy Churchwell had just had a blast on that trial, just making up some really funny things.
Randolph.
Thomas Randolph, he was the one that was accused of killing his wife using a hired hitman, basically, his friend, and then shooting the friend to make it stage as like a break-in burglary type thing. He was found guilty. He was tried in Las Vegas. His previous wife, I believe up in Utah, as a matter of fact, died under suspicious circumstances. And then
Oh
this
my
one.
God.
Yeah, it's nuts. But he had his whole scenario. He's the one that reenacted coming home, and he's like, Sharon. And he's pretending to be 007 around the doors and looking for the intruder. Oh man, it was the whole works. That was a crazy trial. That's worth a rewatch.
That whole thing.
That was it.
Oh gosh. Well, I just wanted to call and say, first of all, hi Greeners, hi Karina.
Don't distract him from taking care of the internet. He's a busy man.
Oh gosh, I'm going to take the internet on Monday.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys would love that.
Sounds good.
No, you don't want me taking the internet, not at all. So about the trial, I watch interrogations all the time. So like the read technique.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, he's like, when he like says yes, but he shakes his head no,
right.
That's a sign.
Yep.
All that fast
He's
blinking,
like, yes,
that's a sign.
Yes. Yeah. This gentleman, I believe the narcissism in him makes him more difficult to diagnose with body language.
Yeah. Yep. But the also the giving more information than is needed to be given, like the narrative of his story. He's so
the daughter's school lunch,
in himself.
chicken ghoul, way too much detail on the lies. Glances over things that he struggles with.
Oh yeah, because he's so narcissistic, and he paints this picture of himself. Like he can't just say yes or no. He's got to say yes and all this other stuff, fluff that he's got to put in there. So those are 3 good examples of the read technique, and there's only 5.
Yeah.
So he's he's definitely guilty. I mean, even without that, we know he's guilty. We saw him.
He's
walk right through
he's definitely got a lot of evidence, very credible evidence stacked against him with nothing on the other side of the scale, and nothing at all.
Exactly. And you see the defense. I mean, they look defeated. The one that did the cross-examination, I'm not good with names. That's why you don't. I'm not
Hamner.
good with tech
Mr. Hamner.
either. So So anyway, I just wanted to tell you something really cute. So my granddaughter and my daughter and her boyfriend, they went for the change her name to the internet is mine, and then we can talk. Greeners, oh my God, you're so funny. I love you. Well, I love you all, but Greeners, you're a riot. You always make me laugh. So anyway, my granddaughter, my daughter, and her boyfriend all left for the weekend. So I was telling my granddaughter, I said, I'm going to invite 60,000 of my closest friends over this weekend. She's like,
it's going to be a party.
Right. I'm like, party over here. I'm like, dial 411. The roof is on fire. She's like, oh, did you tell my mom? I'm like, no, it's going to be our little secret. I'm like, and when Uncle Donnie comes over to, feed the chickens and do all this stuff, I'm going to have them all hide in the bathroom.
Surprise. 60,000 of us crammed in the bathtub.
I had her hanging on. She's like, really? I'm like, heck yeah, I'll clean up before you all get home on Sunday. I had her going. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding, honey. I said, your mom would kill me. I'm like, 60,000 people all over the world. I'm like, 60,000 people wouldn't fit in your bathroom.
She was just trying to
I had her going.
Chris asked a question about which one's the Tommy trial. His name is Thomas Randolph, and I think that's what we have the playlist under. Thomas Randolph.
Oh, Karen, Michael, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm the resident love giver. That's me.
Yep. We love it. Thank you very much for throwing us mine. Good to talk to you. Do you have plans for the weekend? I mean, other than the party with 60,000 of your friends, do you have anything else going on?
No, I have plans to just sit around with the 5 cats, 1 bunny, 9 chickens outside. Mm-hmm. The dog is gone. They took her with them. So yeah, no plans.
Weekend then. Quiet weekend.
Yeah.
Well, might I recommend, if you didn't catch the podcast last night, you might want to watch that. That was a fun one.
Oh, excellent.
That was a good one.
Excellent.
Throwing his mind. Thank you very much.
Sample
Love talking
user,
to you.
Hi.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I love talking to you guys. Chat, you're always amazing. I love you all. You're the perfect family. And everybody have a great weekend. It's always nice to talk to you, R.A. Thank you so much for what you do, and your family's
and
amazing.
What I want and what I don't do.
And what you don't do. Yep.
Awesome. Have a good one. We'll see you.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, Paris Hilton. So it's 60,000 plus one is invited. I will never look at Mayo the same since that podcast. That was a great phone call. That was awesome. Guess we could take a couple phone calls since we have time.
They're getting cold.
Hello, this is RA. Who's on the phone?
I was just, yeah, it was the nuggets are getting cold in the bag.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I just don't want. I was the last hour. All I kept thinking about is the food.
I don't know why I got a bag.
I couldn't even concentrate on anything because I couldn't imagine just sitting there, leaving it there that long.
I'm not going to tell you what store I got them from, but
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, I gotta go. I had to see you just open the bag.
Okay, we're good. I'm going to get some lunch here. I'll set them on top of my switcher. Thank you, Donnie, so that they can warm up as they gather some heat from that. Nuggets are getting cold. What part of the chicken is that? Greeners, you don't ask that. Don't ask that, because then I'm thinking, what part of the chicken is this? And it's not a question I can answer readily. It's clearly from the nugs. It's chicken nugs. Not the feet. Is it shoe chicken? Probably about now. It's cold. I might throw it in the microwave, which really doesn't do chicken wonders, but it'll get warm again. Can we cover the developments in Berta? Just briefly, Brett Bottoms. What we know is that the Supreme Court's looking at this. They've sort of taken over the issue, and they're going to decide, the state Supreme Court, they're going to decide if he gets a new trial. If he does, he will not get out because he's already pled guilty to federal crimes. So if he pleads guilty, I wonder if they will let him out of the current prison and move him to a federal prison, which is what he wants, right? Doesn't he want to be in a federal prison instead of a state prison? I had to pop out. Are we on to closings yet today or tomorrow? Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Don't show up tomorrow. But air fryer. Yes, we have an air fryer. I'll use the air fryer instead of the microwave to reheat the nuggets. That'll be delicious. We have Monday. We have closing arguments, and expect a verdict watch and verdict on Monday as well. Lena H, will Rob be on tonight? Yes, he will. FNF will be on. I think he's actually got the thumbnail up. So if you want to jump over there, I could portal us over to it. I think if it's not going to go for hours, but it'll allow you to jump over there, hit the like button when you land, and then say notify me when it starts. Let's see. Where's he at? Oh, yes, he's up. He's got it up. I'll portal to him. It's not going to start till 6 p.m. my time, so we've got 2 hours and 45 minutes before it starts. Trial TV Live. Great question. I contacted the court, got media access. There's a pool media photographer for this hearing. There's a news camera that is scheduled to be there. I got approved as well. There's a bunch of other people. Law and Crime is there. I think Court TV is there. There's a bunch of people, a couple other news stations. We're all there. The deal is, we're hearing it's going to be audio only. I had heard that the judge was going to make it so it was no live streaming and we're like, okay, we'll record it and then post it later. And now we're hearing it might be audio only, and now even possibly he might not even release the audio. It'll be WebEx only, can't stream it. Which is just going downhill fast. But this is what happens when you schedule a vacation around a court hearing, and then the court changes their mind. So anyway, we'll find out. I'm going to reach out to a couple people. I'll probably call Danny on direct to see if she's got any scoop on that as well. But if court's going to happen, first of all, I'd like to be there and figure out what the deal is. So if there is going to be a recording or possible, I'd like to get that. Of course, that's going to interfere with closing statements and verdict watch here on this trial. So I don't know how that will work out exactly, but I'll work on that over the weekend to get a plan for sure. It's not right whatsoever. It's how the courts work, though. It's frustrating. You know, all your best efforts to try to schedule something, and then at the last minute they change their mind. Thank you, Mel Stiller from British Columbia, Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all thy sons command. Yeah, I do know the song. I know the words. At least I know the accepted version. There's like an original version that's a little bit different. If it's audio only, then no big deal. Yeah, we'll figure it out. As a matter of fact, let me spend the afternoon working on that. And throw Courtney Richards to top mark and keep us over here. You can move it here later. This is the plan, to put Corey Richards on top mark, but I can't be there recording Corey Richards and here live streaming Robert Tellis. That's my problem. Do we have any Koberger updates? There was a doc that came out on the 19th. I think we're waiting for the hearing for the... Let me see what the schedule is on that. Let's see. What's the date? August. Where is it? I have to go through the website. Don't quit your day job trying to sing. No, I don't. There's no part of me that will. I'm dropping out of internet and endorsing sample user. I see what you did there. Brandy is streaming too. Possible backup? Yes, we could send everyone to Brandy for the big finish. And then we can go to Corey Richards. She's doing glamour shots. That's awesome. I can't live stream from the court. The court rules are I cannot live stream from up there. That's a court order. So even if I have a signal and a hotspot and all of my devices and I'm in the media room by myself, whatever, I still can't do it because of court order. So I have to follow the court rules. Reply to state's objection to defendant's motion to change the venue. I know that Koberger document is out. I haven't heard about that objection to the motion for change of venue, but it's going to happen. This is a form objection. Of course, they're going to object to change of venue. They want it to happen right here in local town, but this is moving. There's a 0% chance that this case will stay in Latah County with Brian Koberger. It's going somewhere else. It's going to be in Boise. The judge has already basically admitted that in one of the previous hearings. He's like, well, you've already proven effectively that the case needs to move. You know, we've already, just with the evidence we have already, we know that it needs to move. So it's just a formality. Of course, they're objecting to it, but I don't think it's gonna hold. You'll be streaming it too. Awesome. I might need. Let me reach out to Danny and see what the plan is on Corey Richards to see if she knows anything that I don't. Check the burner. I will check the burner. 2250. Let's listen to court for a second. Just audio only.
There will be a lot of people listening in to the audio only WebEx access that will be provided next week. And so I simply won't know to a certainty who's listening at any given time. You need to have control of the witnesses that are not among that immediate family group.
Yes, sir. We've talked about that. We're not really sure how to exercise that control, but we will do our due diligence and make sure we warn all the witnesses that, that's not proper.
Okay, very good.
Your Honor, speaking of audio only, apparently that's where Mr. Ramos is.
Huh.
So
I can fix that. My apologies.
Come to the hearing. He's here, but he couldn't get a video, which is fine for today. But that's
this is audio from Corey Richards' case. That's the judge.
My apologies. Okay.
Incredible voice. Okay, so that's the discussion. I don't think this is right. I think they're still going to film it. There's no live stream video going out. I think we'll be up there. We'll record the video, and then after it's done, we can post the video. This is my understanding. That's what we had before. That in talking with the courts and talking with the PIO over the courts, that's what we had. That's I think that during the live stream there will be a live WebEx audio only that people will be listening to. And he says just make sure your witnesses aren't listening to it, because that would be the seclusion rule, or it's not going to happen. So I think we're still on for cameras. And that would mean that we'll probably send you over to Brandy Churchwell for the finale of this the Vegas Reporter murder trial. And maybe if we have a break later in the week, we could go back and rewatch it together. Oh, we've got the timestamp for Don't Miss the Forest for the Trees. What's this one? 4 hours, 7 minutes, 54 seconds.
Don't miss the forest for the trees. Here's the deal with the ski mask. He says it's perpetually on.
Yeah, that's most definitely Mr. Hamner. Thank you very much for the tip on that one. Don't miss the forest for the trees is Mr. Hamner. Hey, Ada K, how are you doing? Welcome. If you guys don't know Ada K is one of the newer members of the LawTube or LawTube adjacent community streamer here on YouTube. And she provides sign language interpretation live for court trials, which is amazing. Nobody has been doing that. This is just like it's an untapped area. It's an unserved market is what it is. So thank you very much, Ada K. Love that you're here. Hope you're doing great. And I saw you got some new hardware, some new equipment. You got one of these same switchers that I have. So yes, we need to talk. Let's see if there's anything else I need. I think I'm going to call a couple people, talk to maybe Danny is my first call. And then I might call the courts really quickly before they close at the end of the day. But I think that's it. Are we good? Are we good to end it on that note? It is 3:21 p.m. Mountain Time. That means it's 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time. Help with the ATEM Mini. Okay. I'll get you there. Ada, we'll talk right after this. Is that all right? Give me a call. You guys, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live. Danny's streaming right now. I won't call her during the live stream. We go live again, I think for sure, well, possibly with a fishing stream over the weekend. So look for that possibly tomorrow. Depends what Mrs. R.A. says when I tell her that I'm going fishing. If not, possibly Corey Richens on Monday, possibly live streaming the Robert Tellis trial. Either way, it's going to be something amazing you don't want to miss. Please click the subscribe button if you haven't. Ring the bell, get notified when you go live, or at least, increase the odds that YouTube will notify you when you go live. And please join us. Become one of the family. I appreciate that. Thank you very much to all the mods, to all the people who joined over the last couple of days. We've got many new people here. Welcome. We appreciate you being here. Please make yourself at home. I think that's all. Have a great weekend. Do something fun. Do something memorable. Make a memory. Do something kind. And stay safe. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.